Well, it's not really a surprise given the prevailing backdrop. One wonders how much more of a downside there can be given that we're already having whispers of the Chinese plunge protection team stepping in or having a quiet word off camera with brokers telling them not to sell shares that have got margin calls coming in when they've been pledged for cash loans. But nonetheless, fundamentally, I'm far from positive.
The People's Bank of China's decision to cut its reserve ratio, which will boost liquidity by, I believe, as much as $107 billion. I mean, is that a reason to buy Chinese stocks here?
Simple answer, no. Because what they're going to do with that liquidity is effectively debt for equity swaps targeted at small and medium enterprises, which is not really, the major driver of the Shanghai Composite. So as I said, that global backdrop, which I believe you were just discussing in terms of a potential trade war, is far more negative than, what the relatively small beer of $108 billion targeted at SMEs in debt equity swaps actually represents.
One of the interpretations of the steep underperformance of Chinese stocks, specifically mainland-geared Chinese stocks versus the U.S. market, is that the larger net loser on a relative basis for some of these trade issues is China. Do you think that's a proper interpretation, or is there something else happening here? Obviously, the broader emerging markets have been under pressure as well with the Fed tightening and dollar strength.
Well, I think it's both, and they're actually linked. But I think if you look at it, primarily the near-term driver has been that sudden realization that, yes, this trade war could get real, and that, yes, China is likely to be the bigger loser. That doesn't mean that anyone emerges unscathed or unbruised or without broken bones. But if you're the net exporter, clearly you're going to do worse than the net importer, even if in the net importer, being the US, some individual firms do worse. But as you also correctly said, the overall backdrop in terms of the Fed and for emerging markets in general doesn't really help very much.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.